My friends, excuse the dad bod. I ain't even gonna show you all of this. You are free. That's a message that I want to get across to my daughter, even if I have to put myself in captivity for that to be the case. But I've been realizing something lately. Oh boy, I've been realizing something. You know, because I've been trying to rack my fucking brain. How can a slave endure so much pain, so much anxiety, so much uncertainty, so much fatigue, so much abuse? And then I thought about it. It starts in the fucking mind. These people, these great people, they were being murdered for learning how to read. Think about that. They didn't want them, the slave masters didn't want them to read. Why? It's not because they wanted to keep all the Dr. Seuss books to themselves. And Dr. Seuss, he wasn't born, at the beginning of slavery. And I don't even remember, I don't know when he was born, but when he was born, slavery was already a fucking thing. And people would also probably tell you, depending on what year it was already abolished. But beyond that, it's because it's freedom. The more you know, the more resourceful you are, and it's also the more that you know, the more you know what to keep away from people. So these slaves, they wanted to keep away the fact that, hey, I know how to read, because if this motherfucker finds out that I know how to read, that's curtains, and that's going to mess up the mood. So you can't get all arrogant, you can't get all cocky, you play dumb even though you're much smarter than that. You rock people to sleep. The benefit of all of this is when people don't expect much from you, oh my god, you have the fucking advantage. Don't you know it? When people don't see you coming, you hold the advantage, you hold the power. That's freedom. So what if people don't fucking believe in you? That's a good thing. They will leave you alone. But when people believe in you, that's a problem. When you're on this pedestal, it's a problem. Because not only can you find yourself smelling yourself, can you find yourself being conceited, and even if you make it past that barrier, you're an easy target. Everybody's coming for you. Your best bet is to make sure that you have all your pieces in play, so by the time you make it to that platform that you envision yourself being, the only way to take you out is with a fucking bullet or the person that you're in bed with. So you gotta be careful with that. But again, and I want to touch on this, man. My mind's all over the place, man. Mind's all over the place. You are only as free as your mind will allow you to be. So never discount the benefits of keeping your head to the books, keeping your head in the words. And I'm not just saying that because I am writing books and I have published some. And might I add, the ones that I have published, they're shit compared to the ones I've been sitting on, but I remain quiet. But my friends, and I don't use that word lightly, friends, I want you to take this with me because take this with you, because you may wake up in the morning, or you may find yourself right now just lost in a cloud of doubt. You don't know where your next move is going to come from. You think like, damn, is this all that there is to life? We just fucking work, and maybe we get some weekends off. We get a couple days off to fucking get drunk, watch TV, or just fucking recoup sleep and all this. And we don't know enough to venture out on our own. And that's scary. And it's probably even scarier knowing that a lot of these jobs that we work now is, they'll replace us with robots. And I mean, kind of rightfully so. That's the sign of the times. That's technology. That's what happens. Once upon a time, an assembly line was me handing something to you, you handing something to the next person. It ain't like that no more. We moved on to a belt, and then some companies, there's belts, and then there's no longer people putting things on a belt, but machines putting things onto the belt. It's a sign of the times. That's what happens. You know, if you're fortunate enough, you can retire from those jobs right about now. Whatever, I don't know. And people have retired. But for the rest of us, the ones who have inherited this earth, who will be living for, 6, 7 decades down the road, whatever, we got to start thinking ahead. So if we're speaking on freedom, we have to think about where the world is going. So, construction is still a thing, but they have the technology to replace construction workers. I mean, you have the technology to build a house in about 4 days. I don't know if that thing hit the ground running yet, but when it does, a lot of people will be out of work. Low-level accountants will be out of work. You already see people at McDonald's about to get replaced by the kiosk or whatever. We are now entering an age where it's going to be hard to get by with just one skill. You're going to need some backups. And not only that, man, you're going to have to keep your ear to a lot of the things that can replace you and see how you can get ahead of the curve. Maybe learn how to program these motherfuckers, from my mouth to my fucking ears. Seriously. Okay, but again, and I'm just going to finish off right here. If we're speaking of freedom, plant your seeds everywhere. Actually, that's my number one philosophy. Plant seeds everywhere. I'm not talking about just dabbling. I'm not just talking about, oh, look at me, I painted this, sipping paint. Oh, so yeah, I'm a painter here. Oh, I wrote a little fucking poem. It rhymes. I'm a poet. Oh, I recorded a song on SoundCloud. It's not mixed, mastered properly. I'm a rapper. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, stop trying to cheat yourself. Don't cut the corners and really take an interest in the things. Otherwise, don't even do it. But the things that you found interest in, explore them. Become a student of it. Get tired of it. And then fall in love all over again. The best relationships are the ones where you get tired of each other and then the next day, hey, look, we back on. That's what it is. Fuck what happened last night, man. We working. Freedom.